Hello guys, welcome to my build for the Stamina Necromancer below 50-no CP, kind of beginner's PvP build. This is going to be a very easy build to craft, make, and all the skills are very easy. No grinding really involved at all to make this build work. So let's get right into this build. We are in Orc Necromancer. We do want to be putting all points into Stamina. Ignore that 2 points into Magicka, that was a misclick. But we do want to be, just while you're leveling up, all points into stamina. My armors and stuff is going to be a little bit weak right now because of they are level 28 armors. I'm level 42 right now. I just didn't really want to upgrade it, but getting buffed up, I'll show you. Our weapon damage is 2400 almost, 2350, and then our weapon crit's 21%. If we do stab a wolfie, we would get minor ward, minor resolve, so we'd get more spell, or sorry, just more physical resistance, I think. Yeah, just physical resistance, but it does give major fracture, so that's basically why we use that. Getting sidetracked. Moving on to the gear here. Yeah, stats are just, these stats aren't going to be very accurate because my gear is out leveled. Like I said, those points aren't right. But moving on into the gear, we have Shackle Breakers. This is a crafted set. We have this on the armor. All armor pieces for Shackle Breaker. We are in all medium armor. Oh no, we have one piece heavy. So we have all medium armor, one piece heavy. My opinion, I just have that there to help my skill line level, but if you do want to squeeze out more damage, you could just have all medium, because we don't have any heavy army passives. Just to make it more accessible. Shackle Breakers is going to be having stam enchants on it. All our gear is going to be having stam enchants on it, with divines on pieces of gear and infused on the big pieces. Shackle Breakers is crafted in Morrowind. Vardenfell up here. It requires 6 traits, so it is kind of a little bit, could be pricey, but if you do need this crafted and you don't have access to a crafter, or you can't craft it yourself, you can hit me up in game, and I will be able to craft that for you free of charge. Moving on, Shackle Breakers. It is a weapon crit, weapon damage, and oh, that's wrong. Sorry, wrong one again. It is weapon damage, stam recovery, and max stam. So this is our sustain. Helps a lot with sustain. not not really what the build's based around. That's more like the next set, but this is just very good sustain and, you know, a little bit of damage, weapon damage. We are an orc, we get bonus weapon damage there. Moving on to the next set, we have assassins on the jewelry and assassins on 2 pieces of armor. This is going to be our weapon crit by 520. These are going to be wrong, these tooltips, because my gear is too low for my level. But you get the gist of it here. It is a very good build. So basically, this increases the duration of all our poisons. We are running drain stamina poisons on our shield and our greatsword. So this is going to be very good. Sorry, back here. This is going to be very good to keep our recovery up. You can even put a damage poison on your greatsword to help with damage. Like a damage health poison, for example, is really good. Or a disease enchant even, but I do prefer poisons. Or sorry, you wouldn't want to enchant, you would want a poison. So you would just want like a strict damage poison on your greatsword. But I prefer the sustain at all times, in my opinion. We do have robust on the jewelry, and we are having it enchanted with weapon damage. And this is also crafted in Morrowind and Vardenfell, just in the lower portion down here. Ping it there, down there. And it's only 3 traits required, so it's way easier to craft. Should be able to get that made fairly easy. And moving on to the weapons, we are running a greatsword sharpened with a drain stamina poison on it. It is a death win set. This is because we aren't going to be level 50, we can't get monster sets. This is going to be below 50, right? So you would just be able to throw any weapons you have access to. You would get the set, right? You would just want whatever 2-piece you suit yourself. I prefer the resistance. You could do whatever you want there. This is crafted. I just put this together real quick. But main thing is it's sharpened. It does have the drain stamina enchant on it there. My gear is, I should probably level up my gear, but I'm planning to hit 50 right away, so I'm not going to. One-handed and shield is on our back bar with a charge to apply the status effect. So this applies the poison even more, and our poisons are going to last longer. So this is basically a poisoned Necromancer build. I'm going to name it the Defiler, I think. That's what I'm going to probably put in the title. I think that's pretty cool, the Defiler. So yeah, well, let's get into the skills. This build is a blast to play in BGs and in Cyrodiil. It's very fun. Getting into, we'll do the Great Sword bar first here. We have Rally, the good old Rally. This is our major damage buff, major brutality, weapon damage by 23%. Keep this up at all times, and this is the heal morph, so this is passive heals just ticking when you have this up. Just another good idea to have up. Another reason why to have it up. We don't need the other morph that is the immovable because we have this shuffle, which gives us immobilizations immunity for that. So it's just awesome to have to heal. Then we have the Blighted Blast Blows. This is going to be awesome. We want to use this at all times. This is our pet in a sense. I know it's going to be impossible to have it up all times in order to take advantage of the class passive to get this extra penetration for having a Gravelord ability. While your Gravelord ability is active, you get extra pen. So that would be a Blighted Blast Bones or a Skeleton, but we don't have a Skeleton, so we are just going to have to depend on that thing to be up, which is a good thing, because the more you have this up, it's probably the hardest hitting ability besides like Execute. Dizzy hits pretty damn hard, but this thing hits equally as hard. And it puts minor or major Defile on them, and it's an AoE splash. Hence Defiler. Show you guys here just like the combo, what I would do with this Blast Bones here. Why I like it so much. It's like your opener, right? So you would just use a Blast Bones. Like say you there's a range guys, I'm like behind a pillar and like that's going off and hitting them, right? So you just like, do that and just like play with people. And then you would charge in as soon as that hits. You like one shot the wolves, but you would charge in as soon as that hits, basically. You can play around LOS like trees with it. Just hit it, pop it, wait for it to connect, then come out and charge. It's very good ability. Very good ability. Moving on, Stampede, this is our gap closer. And also Slow. I took the one that slows them for 60%. Very good for catching people. We are doing PvP, so you want to play objectives most of the time. You want to catch people with Chaos Balls. You want to catch people trying to run away from you. Very good to have. Moving on, Dizzying Swing. This is going to be our stun. Very hard hitting stun. I'm sure you're all familiar with this. We morphed it to the stun. Let's show you guys here. Like you could not take Dizzy, because I know a lot of people don't like it. It's hard to land if you don't have like experience with it. It is kind of tricky to get used to. So you could actually, on the shield bar, you could take the shield stun in replace of the scythe, and then you would put the scythe on this bar. As if you want to get out of use Dizzying Swing. So you would just put the shield charge where the scythe is, put this the scythe where Dizzying Swing is. That is a stun. Besides, this does not stun because it's not the frost version. This is our only stun, guys. So Dizzying Swing is our only stun. If you do want another stun, you could use the shield charge. Very good option as well. Then we have Executioner. This is going to be the morph that increases the damage the lower the health percentage. So it's just more execute damage, which is just awesome. You hit... What is the biggest without my CP? I've hit people for like 12k with this. Because you hit them with the ult, and they're just like in execute range, and it's like they're guaranteed to just die. Because it's just like so much damage. Moving on to the ult, is going to be the Pestilent Colossus. Very cool ability. Does disease damage. Every smash does more damage and implies the major vulnerability. So this can be very good. Can use it from far away. It has a very long range. So say if it is like a big Zerg, you're just gonna run in and die with your other one here, then you just use that. You just use that one. This ult here, you can literally like take on 4 people at once. You just gotta make sure you have stamina for the pummeling Goliath, and you're good. If you have like say you're in group situations, you can straight up go into a Zerg with this. As long as you have a healer, you just mow them down. Straight mow them down. I would rather use the pummeling Goliath over this, but Pestilent Colossus is here. Um, we get passes for having it, and it's a very good ability to use as well. Um, but I don't know if you guys have seen the PvP video. This pummeling Goliath gets quad kills. You could probably just kill like 20 people with this thing in a Zerg. You just gotta play it right. Have someone to make sure you're alive, and you have your buffs up. You go in with this, and you just have maybe an absorb on you from a healer. He's watching you, and you're just gonna mow the whole damn team down. It's insane. Moving on to the other bar is going to be our one-handed and shield bar. We have our beckoning armor. This is the morph that pulls people in. So while active, enemies that strike you with ranged attacks get pulled towards you. And it looks really good. I love how it looks. I just love it. That is beckoning armor. Major ward, you want to keep that up all the time. It is our only magicka skill. So we can never gonna have an issue. You should have this up all the time. Don't be afraid to use it because it's your only mag skill. You want to just be watching your stamina. Alright, moving on to the next one is going to be the medium armor ability, Shuffle. We did morph, it is first evasion, we morph it to Shuffle. Each piece of medium armor worn removes and grants immunity to snares. So every time we activate it, that happens. Passively, while the buff is on you after that. So each piece of armor extends, I'll show you guys here. As you can see, it says 2 seconds ticking down there. And then that's gone. That's immunity. And then this other buff here with the dude next to the XP pot, that is the evasion buff, and it shows we're like invisible almost. I like it a lot. Major evasion is huge in PvP simply because there's lots of AoE. And if you want to go in for a kill, there's probably going to be like a crap ton of people like trying to get the kill too. So there's going to be AoE down. So we want to have this up, and it removes immunity to snares and immobilize. So it's awesome to. You don't have to like use a dodge roll or anything. You probably should, but you could just break it with that. Moving on, we have Vigor. This is from the Alliance War tree here. We do have Continuous Attack. You want to be getting this if you are doing PvP. It's awesome to have. We don't really have real long range abilities. You could get that. And then you would want Combat Frenzy as well. All the passives in here. But we would have Morph Vigor into Resolving Vigor, just a more heal. This is our heal. If you don't have Vigor, because it is hard to level up, this is kind of the one grindy skill we have here, would be the class ability Necrotic Potency. But the thing is with this, you need a corpse. But we get a corpse from our Bioscored Bomber. And you're gonna be killing people with this build, believe me. So there'll be corpses. And you get reduced damage for having this slotted. So if you prefer that over Vigor, maybe you just don't like Vigor, bored with Vigor, use this. This works fine. This works just as good as Vigor in my opinion. If not better. If not better. I'm just playing with Vigor right now. I'll leave this on for now, just so you guys know. Necrotic Potency or Vigor as your heal there. Moving on, we have the one-handed shield. We want to get all the passives here that you can in one-handed shield while you're leveling. Same with two-handed, and same with medium armor, of course, sir. And your class passives. If you're an orc, it's going to be huge because you get extra weapon damage, extra stam, extra health. Any other class would honestly work as well, because we're not really built around a class, race. Not class. Moving on, we have the Ransack in that one-handed and shield. This is going to affect the target with major fracture, reducing their physical resistances. That's going to be awesome. You gain minor resolve, so we don't have minor resolve other than this. It's going to boost our physical resistances, and it does a nice amount of damage too. And it's going to be applying our poison fairly easy. So you have a chance to apply your poison fairly easy because we have the charged sword, one-handed sword. So get that you get that sustained ticking, tick tick tick, more stamina, more stamina, just draining the target, just just like debuffing them with Defile, draining them for their stamina, staying on them with crit rush, or not crit rush, stampede, and just debuffing them with that major fracture. And then we have this scythe here. Uh, inside Zergs, pretty much, is why I have this, or inside team fights in BGs. You would just have this scythe here to stay alive, because it does heal. And that is a class skill from the Runa Scythe. It starts off as Death Scythe, and you would morph it to the Stam version. You hit people, every third cast sets all enemies off balance. So it's a pretty good AoE situation, and it heals you. So we don't have like a spammable heal, because like this is like a hot essentially. Same with if you had Vigor here, this is a hot, and this is a hot, and it's not 100% always going to be available to you. So this scythe is going to be what you're like staying alive with, say, if you have nothing else. And I like it because it's a class skill, and you get passes for having it. Moving on, the Pummeling Goliath. This is awesome. Probably going to get nerfed. This is broken. You want to make sure you have full stamina, if not half stamina or more, going in here. Otherwise, you are going to be wasting your throughput that you can put through there. You can not even going to lie, you can kill anyone, if they're a tank or not, within like 5 bashes. Like boom, boom. Let's see how long this takes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like literally, like that was not even 5 seconds, and they're all dead. And that's AOE damage, and it's called Pummeling Goliath. And this is going to be a very good. It heals you, so it's going to be very good. Like if you are in oh shit moment, you just pop this. It gives you max health, crazy amount of max health, restoring about 35k instantly. Your light attacks heal you, and then your bash attacks hit multiple targets for a crazy amount of damage, around 6k tooltip right now. So this is going to be your bread and butter of like just when you have this up. I also like this necrotic potency because you eat bodies and you get ultimate. But Vigor is a more kind of a reliable heal. But this Pummeling Goliath is insane. I have some clips I will be showing you guys, as well as there is a video I have on the channel, the huge burst stam necro. You'll be able to see I get some quad kills with this Pummeling Goliath. Just straight pop it and just bash a few times, and the whole team's dead. Moving on to, did I mention we have the Tower Mundus Stone, guys? We have the Battle Spirit, because I want to show you guys literally the build in its sense here in PvP encounters. The Tower, the max stam, max health food, and just any potions you really want, guys. You can play around with what potions you want. I'm not really maxing those out too hard. Definitely want the stam ones, because if you do run out of stam, you just pop a potion. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of the Defiler below 50 Stam Necrobolt. I am level 42. I will be posting the actual CP and no CP full out like level 50 plus build. We'll be rocking a monster set and stuff like that. All the good sets that you can actually use when you're max level. But I hope you guys like this one. This is going to be a very easy build to make. So I know a lot of people are going to be jumping into Necro, just wanted to play it in PvP. So you can just use this build here, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Throw a like, comment, subscribe. And until next time, guys, take care.